Invoker Alacrity mana cost increased by 15.
It's actually a pretty good nerf because the new style of Invoker people just play with Exort and Wex,
Mm.
so they have really high levels in Alacrity, and you actually don't have mana to cast anything on this hero anymore. Invoke costs 60 mana now. 3 Alacrities, you're out of mana. You can't Sunstrike to help your team, that kind of thing. But this hero is weird. Like sometimes it feels like he's a god, right? He can't be touched. He destroys the game. You got Miracle 1v5ing on the hero,
Then you
and
have
in the other
Shanes.
games, exactly. You never like get off the ground, just feeding repeatedly. But yeah, they've nerfed his early game significantly, multiple times. And so it's a hero that like if you can make it through his early game, he's the same hero at late game. But he has a harder and harder time getting there.
I'm surprised they didn't do. I mean, this is a slight nerf, I guess, but they didn't really do anything to change the Brewmaster Alacrity.
Yeah,
That
that
feels
is
like
true.
a bug, dude. That feels like a
It,
major
it
bug.
definitely does. It feels like it should not be in the game. It's ridiculous.
Like if imagine like when you watch these pro players play against it, it is so hard to stop. And I can't imagine if somebody does that combo in a pub. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do if a pro can barely
Yeah,
contain it. It's insane.
it seems so ridiculous to deal with actually.
So for people that don't know what we're talking about, since I know there's some people that don't watch competitive play, but essentially what's been happening is Brewmaster just he doesn't even ult for a team fight. He just ults, goes to the racks, and his Earth Panda gets is it 300% siege
Yep.
damage, and you just put Alacrity on it, and you will literally four-shot barracks, and you can actually just go through backdoor as well at a certain point of the game. It's disgusting.
It's probably the stupidest thing I've seen in Dota for a long time.
And now that I've said this, I've regretted saying it because now we're going to see it in pubs probably.
It's gonna be everywhere.
Wisp relocate cooldown rescaled to be higher cooldown at the first two levels. Okay.
Okay.
Jakiro with his new model has a level 10 talent increase by 5% XP gain. I love these XP gains at level 10, by the way. And level 15 talent increase from 25 dual breath damage to 35. Any?
It's multiplied by 4 because there's 4 ticks of burn damage as well.
Oh,
I actually think the hero's pretty good, but
I think he's good.
he's awkward in a sense that he doesn't offer you like as a support, he doesn't really do support things. And then as a core, he kind of doesn't do core things as well. He kind of just fights and hits towers.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
I mean, I think because Weeha used to play this mid all the time, and just a certain point he would just
Yeah.
tap out. But with the talent upgrades, like the Ice Path level 25 is insanely good. It helps a lot,
Yes.
but he's still, in some respect, kind of the same hero, where you're kind of gonna cap out.
His spells are actually so strong. Like besides the experience one, he has like a 10% spell amp at level 10, I think.
So yeah, 8%
Or
spell amp.
8%.
So
Okay.
do you actually go that over XP gain
Yeah.
most of the time? Really?
Yeah. I was
Huh.
experimenting with this hero a bit, and I would have the spell amp plus the dual breath damage. It did like 550 damage
Really?
without like using Veil or anything like that.
Huh.
And it felt really strong and hard to fight into.
So for the other one, for this level 15, the alternative is 125 cast range. Which would you take
Right.
normally?
I would take the damage. If I was a support, I would take the cast range though.
Okay. But you don't play no support, Brax. Fuck
Exactly.
that shit. Juggernaut. Healing word bounty increased from 25 to 75 gold and XP. I actually was not even aware it gave gold. When was that
Yeah.
changed?
I think it was like a patch or two ago, but
Okay.
it's good. You feel rewarded for suiciding to kill the healing word sometimes.
Yeah, indeed. But you
It's
do
like
feel sad when it's like that little kitty. I
right,
feel
right. It
regret
just
killing that bad
falls into
boy.
the ground.
So sad.
It's good to like be rewarded for killing that thing because it does hold a lot of value.
Yeah.
Now maybe it like kind of matches the value that it brings to team fights, you know?
Hmm. What do you mean matches its value?
Like you know how like before you kill Techie's mines, they gave you no gold. So it's like maybe to a new player you'd feel like you can ignore this thing because it's not going to give you gold anyways.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now you can actually like, compare it to something else that gives you 75 gold and XP or something like
Right.
that.
So for
I don't
people
know.
that don't realize how important it is to kill the healing ward, now that they see
Right.
75 gold and XP, they're like, "Holy shit, need
Exactly.
to kill it."
Everyone's gonna rush to kill this thing
Yeah.
now.
Perfect. Coddle, mana leak duration reduced by 1 second at all levels. Praise Jesus. And the mana cost for that spell has been increased by 10. Praise Jesus again. Hate this hero.
Yep, agreed.
Very annoying. Kunkka level 15 talent increased by 5 move speed. Okay. You want to talk about this one for 30 minutes?
Yeah, so with that 5 extra move speed, he can travel the map faster. That's about it.
Very good. Very good analysis. Legion Commander level 5, 25 talent change from 25% cooldown reductions to minus 8-second press the attack. We're looking this up. So I had a theory when this hero first got his talents, which I ended up being incorrect on for the most part. Um, the 40 dual damage I thought pubs would go for, which includes myself because it
Hmm.
was great. And then pro games they would go for the cooldown reduction because theoretically it's not about the damage, it's about the control. But
Right.
we still saw mostly dual damage regardless, right?
Okay.
And now we're replacing the cooldown reduction with minus 8 seconds, which, let me see what it becomes.
I think it becomes 3, right?
5. It's 13
5, okay.
seconds. So 13 seconds to 5 seconds with that. 5-second press the attack, which that actually it's 100% uptime because press the
Right.
attack lasts for 5 seconds.
That like one talent kind of changes like the style of the hero, right?
Yeah.
Like it turns you from like I'm gonna jump in and duel to like I'm gonna sit behind my carry and just, you know, dispel stuns and keep healing them or whatever.
An Abaddon. A poor man's Abaddon almost.
Right, right.
I mean, is there room
Uh,
for a support Legion?
for a support legion, no, but maybe like a core legion that eventually kind of like plays to protect like, the other core or whatever.
Hmm.
I think it's good. But
I feel like
this
at least
hero
from
kind
the
of sucks.
pub level, yeah. Well, we see it occasionally, but from the pub
Yeah.
level, I mean, there's no way people don't get the 40 damage. It's too exciting, you know.
Right, right. Big numbers, gotta go
Yeah.
for that.
Leshrac, level 25 talent, increased the Lightning Storm slow duration by 1 second, which is insane. But
It actually is ridiculously good now, but the other 25 talent is also so good.
yeah, it's the Diabolic Edict increase of damage, which if you've ever seen it in action, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But for the Lightning Storm, let me see how long it lasts for. Oh, I mean, not how long it lasts. Okay, it's a 4-second cooldown, so it's up for 75% of the time, essentially. Now, in a vacuum, this talent is amazing, right? But the issue with Lesh, in my experience at least, is you don't want to stop and just cast it. You want to pop Diabolic Edict, maybe get your stun off and just run around dealing AoE damage. The Lightning Storm just feels
Right.
like in all honesty, this feels like a skill that they can just replace and put something else in for Lesh.
No, I know what you mean. It's like you probably don't even use this spell a lot of the times in team fights, right?
Yeah.
You stun, pop your edict, ultimate, run it. And then it's like, hey, I kind of have this extra spell. I might as well use it.
Right.
I think, well, that's plus 3 seconds on top of the 0.75 second slow, right? So it's a 3.75 second slow.
Yes. Oh wait. Hold on, let me double check. Point. Where is it? Am I blind? Struck units are slowed for 75%. Yeah, so it slows for. Wait, what am I reading wrong here? Wait, what were you saying?
I was saying that it already slows for 0.75 seconds, so with the talent, it's 3.75 seconds, right? With the 4
I
second
believe you're
cooldown.
right, but this wiki is like. I don't know why it's not saying exactly, but that definitely sounds right. Effect delay is 0.25 seconds.
Oh, it's actually a 1 second slow at max level, so it's a 4 second slow with the talent.
Oh, I'm blind. There it is. Okay, okay. Oh my god, 100% uptime, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Holy
really
shit.
good for like a support Leshrac, right?
Yeah.
One that doesn't have the farm to like get in there.
Yeah, if you're going to be like on the outskirts, for sure.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
I mean, that's.
It's nice because before it seemed pretty brainless, right? You'd always take the edict,
Mhm.
like the double edict damage or whatever it is.
Yep.
So yeah, pretty good hero actually.
Lich level 10 talent increased by 10 move speed, and the other one increased the HP by 50, and then 15 talent from a minus 3-second Frost Blast cooldown to minus 4 seconds. Why don't we see this
Okay,
hero, Brax? I miss my
'cause he's not
Lich.
very good.
He wins every lane though, but then he doesn't do anything afterwards.
Yep. So because he pulls the waves back all the time, pretty much all you have to do is pull over and over and over. You just push Lich into the tower because he's gonna get experience anyways, and then you pull small camp, big camp, and you just play the lane normally. Even if your carry has like 60 or like 70% of the last hits he normally would have, it doesn't really matter at all.
Hmm.
It doesn't do enough. His main goal is to like get his offlaner experience, you know?
What
That
if
sort
there
of
was
thing.
a talent? I guess this wouldn't really affect laning stage, but what if there's a level 10 talent, let's say, you can sacrifice neutrals?
So you can farm him like a Midas, basically.
Yes.
Okay, then you'd see some carry liches with the 150 damage talent.
Exactly. 150 damage talent and the essential Scotty at level 25. Good stuff.
Right.
Let's see some of that. Uh,
Okay.
Lifestealer base damage reduced by 3. Okay. Lena level 10 talent respawn time has been buffed by 5 seconds. The other level 10 talent has increased the light strike array damage by 20. Level 15 talent increased the damage overall from plus 40 to plus 50. And the 25 talent changed from plus 1 fiery soul max stacks to plus 40 slash 4% fire soul per stack. So that's the one I want to talk about.
Okay.
How big of a difference it actually makes. Let me find her.
This
So
hero's weird.
yeah, I mean, we don't see her pretty much at all. Um, so instead of giving an extra stack, it's, what was it, plus 40 fiery soul per stack? What does that even mean?
Just means you gain like 120% attack speed with each stack, right?
Okay, so
Because
attack
the
speed
base is
bonus
80.
per stack is from 85 to 125 at the highest level.
Okay.
And then the move speed is 8% to 12, so that's the 4% upgrade. Okay.
Okay. So they are trying to give this hero a real late game, right? Besides just the Ag's
Yeah.
ultimate.
All right,
I mean, I
I
think
like this.
it's not bad at all. The 10 talents are probably what you would struggle with, like choosing the most, right? 30-second respawn at level 10 is like an instant respawn.
Hmm.
And then the plus 80 damage to light strike away. Make sure that you like one shot creep waves all game long. That's actually a toss up.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
But the hero takes an hour to cast any spell, which is like the biggest setback, right?
Oh, Pyro, I miss you so much.
Yep, give me the beard back.
Yes, for real. That would be a good Arcana. Give Lena a beard. She stays female, but she just has a beard. Leon, otherwise known as Lion, level 10 talent increased the respawn time by, or buffed it by 5 seconds. Level 10 talent increased damage by 15. Which do you choose?
Probably respawn. Hero support.
Okay. You're not greedy then, huh?
The hero is like average. You know, he disables and everything, but every game people buy garbage like Lotus Orb to remove Hex.
Hmm.
So I feel like he's kind of weak right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Lone Druid, base damage reduced by 4. Rabid cooldown increased by 15.
That's
Level
a lot.
15 talent reduced the damage by 5. Pretty negligible for those, but other than the Rabid, of course. Which I'm going
You
to
know,
check what the uptime is now.
I think people have started buying Diffusal Blade against Lone Druid,
Yeah, to
and then
take
in
off
team
Rabid.
fights,
Yeah.
yeah, they just remove Rabbit or Battle Cry or whatever,
Hmm.
and he doesn't feel strong after that actually.
Hmm.
Like before he gets his 15 talent, he really doesn't deal that much damage unless you get rooted and
Hmm.
beat on for like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah, he's had enough nerfs where I think he's not at the same level he was earlier. So
Right. Like
before it was the duration was 30 seconds and cooldown. It was 100% uptime before. Now there's
okay,
15 seconds where you just can't have it.
all right. Uh, Actually, I don't know if this hero will be first picked anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I think
In
it's a
in
big change.
pubs, he might be, but in competitive play, he always plays against things that really make his game difficult, right? Like the Nake's Spirit Breaker bombs, all these heroes that get on top of him. It's actually pretty hard to play this hero now.
Yeah.
And it's not because like it's just people learned how to play against him better. You know? If you
Hmm.
don't have like enough lockdown or you can't get on top of him, he just runs away at like 500 move speed and you can't touch him.
Yeah. Speaking of that ridiculous move speed, Lycan, level 10 talent increased by 25 HP. Okay, nice knowing you. Medusa, level 25 talent increased the Stone Gaze from 1 second to 2 seconds. Increased, that is. What's her other one again? Is it like a bunch of mana or something?
I think the other one's lifesteal.
Is it?
I could be wrong.
I know she had lifesteal. I didn't know it was 25 though. Let's see.
Medusa actually has
Oh,
some
it
really
is.
good talents.
So 25% lifesteal or plus 2 second Stone Gaze stun. Which how much is a Stone Gaze stun already?
I think it's 2 seconds, so it was from 2 to 3.
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Jesus,
Do you
okay.
think it's like consistent enough for that to proc to actually want? I mean, 5 second stun is ridiculous.
That is insane, actually. I think this hero's weird, you know? She like has all these talents that make you super tanky. She has like plus 600 mana, then she has evasion. This
Yeah,
hero is actually really hard to kill. Um, Stone Gaze though. Whenever Stone Gaze comes out, people just run away. Nobody tanks like the stun.
yeah.
You know? If you take the stun, you're dying pretty much every time. So I don't know how much or how practical that is over the lifesteal. Um, because chances are, if they get stoned for 3 seconds, maybe they die anyways. You know, maybe it's already strong enough to kill them.
What do you think about this, Brax? Think very carefully, okay? The master theory crafter here.
Okay.
You go major move speed on this hero and a blink dagger.
Yeah?
You can guarantee 5 second stun people with enough moves. Like Butterfly, Yules. Okay, maybe not Yules, but wait, how does Yules work? Wow, this is very interesting. Like, you pop it, you pop your ult, you Yule somebody. Does that count towards them being stunned by Stone Gaze?
What do you mean? They have to just be looking at you for a certain amount of time for it to go off.
Right, but you know how it's not the same as Cold Feet. I guess that was my example, not a good example.
Okay.
So you don't think that counts as like an extra second or two?
No, no, I don't think it does anything.
Okay.
But you know what people used to play? They used to play Axe and Medusa. When Axe jumps and calls, it they all face towards
Yep.
the Axe,
Yep.
and then Medusa blinks in and stone gazes.
Oh, so Blink was actually a thing on Medusa.
Yeah, it was actually.
Damn it. Thought I was
And
gonna
these
start
people
something
beat you to
cool.
it.
Pieces of garbage. Okay, we talked about Monkey King being captain's draft, or captain's mode, I should say. He now has a Jingu Mastery buff. Oh no, it's just called the buff. That's right. The max duration of 35 seconds instead of infinite. That's the thing over his head, right?
Yeah, the bonus damage,
Yeah.
lifesteal rate.
I can't even begin to understand why that was infinite before. Tree Dance Vision reduced by 400 to 400, and his ult now lasts for 13 seconds instead of scaling up to 15. Okay,
All right.
good times. What do you
Do you
think
think
of his tree thing, by the way?
like the hop thing?
No, wait, is Tree Dance the hop thing?
It is, right? It's where he like jumps from tree to tree,
Oh,
so he has like
yeah.
less vision at nighttime.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was thinking of the where he transforms, but I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. That's a huge nerf then. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty big nerf. Do you think this hero is actually good?
No,
Okay.
not anymore. Not after the
I think,
FPS fix, you know.
yeah, that was pretty game breaking actually. I think Lil from VP has been playing a lot of hero.
Mhm.
Some of the ad Phantom guys play this hero a lot in pubs. I think people will play this hero at first just because it's new and they think he's really good. He might actually be really good. I don't know. I personally never played the hero or experimented with it enough, but he is very strange as a hero. He brings like this weird dynamic to the game, you know? When he plays as a support, he actually farms like carry items and stuff, you know? Like Echo Saber,
Right.
Basher. The ultimate with Basher is actually ridiculous. You just get stunned over and
Yeah.
over. Yeah, I have no idea how good this hero is, but
Yeah, I mean again, at pro level is completely different than pub, but my pubs just last an hour every time. And by the hour
okay.
mark this hero is just worthless.
Yeah, he's pretty bad at that point
And
of the
then
game.
there is like the PTSD from the first week or two this hero being out, where now that somebody picks him, they still counter him hard with like a Spirit Breaker or like a Timber Saw or whatever. So
Uh-huh.
I haven't really had issues in pubs from a competitive standpoint. I have no freaking idea. I mean, we watched who was it? It was Adfinem playing Monkey King against OG in elimination mode as a four, and
Yeah,
he owned hard.
there was some highlight clip of him like there were like three people trying to gank him over the trees and he just kept
Yeah,
hopping around and he
exactly.
dodged everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I misread this. Okay, so the tree dance is only the night vision
Yeah,
decrease.
the night vision.
Okay, so day is still 800. All
Right.
right, that's fair. Yeah, we'll
Actually,
see.
days more than 800 actually. Day is like a lot. It used to be like old Bat Rider when you would Firefly and you could see everything.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think typically when these heroes are added to captain's mode, at least in recent history, they're a little underpowered, and then slightly buffed to the point where they're balanced. But we'll see what
Okay.
happens with Monkey King. Nature's Prophet, Nature's Call mana rescaled to be cheaper at the early levels, but the same at level 4. Level 15 talent increased the intelligence by 5, and the other one increased move speed from 20 to 35.
Okay. Some nice buffs.
Yeah, good solid hero. We don't get to see anymore. I do miss like the off-lane nature. I don't like this 4 position Nature's
Yeah.
Prophet, but like the core is fun to watch. Nyx Assassin Spike Carapace cooldown rescaled to be longer at the first 3 levels, but the same at level 4.
You know, this was a hero that was like nobody thought it was imbalanced outside of China. In the Chinese region, he was first banned in every game. Not even kidding. I didn't see him once go through the like the ban draft.
Yeah, actually I didn't know. Was that China then? Okay. I saw him banned quite a bit second phase in other regions.
Okay.
But not like super consistently. But this is like first 2 ban, right?
Yeah, every game, consistent.
Yeah.
Whether you're a first pick or second pick, it didn't matter. One of these teams would ban it.
That's interesting. Ogre Magi, base movement speed reduced by 5. Bloodlust mana cost increased by 15.
Okay. Was this hero imbalanced? He did have a ridiculous win rate and pick rate, but
Yeah.
was that because of Ogre? I'm not sure.
I mean, at a certain point, you got to think it's not a coincidence anymore, right? What was his win rate?
guess.
Like 60-something%?
Right,
And
and
he
he
was
was like,
picked all the time.
yeah, he was actually picked like he's like top 3 pick rate or something.
You know what it is,
Ridiculous.
dude? It's the Bloodlust on the Towers. I think you're right when we started this show.
Okay.
For
No,
sure.
it actually is a ridiculous difference.
All right. PL, Spirit Lance Illusions now give the same constant 5 bounty as juxtaposed rather than scaling with those. I didn't even know that was a thing. But
Yeah, the Lance solutions, if you had Ags and people clearing the wave, each illusion gave like 30 gold.
fuck. I
Yep.
exclusively only buy Ags on this hero, so.
Yep, you've been losing the game buying Ags.
Ah, fuck. Well, it's good now then. We're good. Phoenix, level 15 talent increased from 90 gold a minute to 120. What's his other
Okay.
one?
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that is nice. So level 15 is either that or plus 50 Fire Spirits DPS.
Okay.
I actually think you go for the gold per minute.
I think so too.
I
The
think
Fire
you did
Spirit,
before that too.
yeah, probably. Fire
This
Spirits are
hero's,
nice,
Go
but
ahead.
you pretty much picked him for Sunray.
Yeah.
For the most part, right?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe this hero's great. I have no idea. I know he used to be very popular, and then I stopped playing, and then pretty much no one picked
Yeah,
him.
you guys
I
picked
don't
him on
know what
Shazam
happened
all the
exactly.
time. It's like a pick
Yeah.
every single game. Elder
Yeah, it
Titan
was-
or Phoenix every time.
Yeah, it wasn't just us; it was everyone that
Yeah.
played this hero. But do you know what changed in the past maybe 6 months with the hero? I don't know why he went
Um,
from being so popular to garbage.
I mean, I know he got some nerfs, but let's see if anything is crazy. Well, Sunray from pure to magical, that's a huge nerf.
Okay. Did the numbers get compensated
Well,
to
they got
deal the same?
compensated a bit, yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, maybe it's not that big of a nerf then. I guess it's nothing like super huge.
Okay.
But the reason I like the gold per minute for this hero because he's like from a viewer perspective extremely fun to watch when he gets tons of items. Such a cool
No,
hero.
that is very true. He's also played as a support for the most part, right? He doesn't really take farm.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a really good talent for him.
All right, Puck, you kind of alluded to this earlier. Base damage increased by 3. Level 15 talents have been changed a bit from 15% magic resist to 20 and plus 40 damage to 50. And then the big one, level 25 talent from 300 gold per minute to 420. Keeping it dank.
Okay, that's right.
All right, so I was telling you before we started this, but just to remind everybody, from the last patch analysis, me, Slacks, and Bulba, I had a very long argument with Bulba about what was better on Puck. The 420, or at the time, the 300 gold per minute, or the illusory orb speed increase. And he was adamant the gold was better. And I was like, you are a fucking idiot. And guess who was right? Nobody picks the gold per minute on this hero. But with 420, that's kind of a lot.
It is.
Like you have
People are
to assume,
probably going to take it just because they see 420.
well, that's true. But the way I look at it, other than the actual, reference to 420, um, how much do you think a puck at level 25 is going to be farming generally? Like 400 gold a minute, something like that? 500 maybe?
Yeah, he'll probably have like Blink Dagger, Yules, and then plus like an item and a half or something.
Right. So with this, he is essentially becoming close to like an alchemist type farmer.
Yeah, he will be insanely farmed.
But how well does he scale with these ridiculously late game items? That's the question.
So with the see, it's hard to like itemize for like an ideal 6 slot on the hero because you want these small items, right? You want like Blink Yules because they make you unkillable in fights.
Yeah.
And then from there it's like Hex, Axe, and then, another item.
Like Octarine maybe.
Yeah,
It's not
maybe
even that
some
great.
like Dagon Refresher kind of build. I don't really know. Dagon E-Blade kind of style.
Hmm.
I think they're trying to give a lot of these intelligence mid laners better late games, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to give like Lena, for example, better late game, more physical damage. Puck has this option to become ridiculously farmed, or you get this, this race car orb thing that takes you halfway across the map.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this hero actually might be pretty good. He's gotten some significant base damage increases. He has like I think he starts the game now with like 60 like 5 damage with the null. That's pretty good.
So do you take the gold now?
I don't know. I think it's going to depend on your game. If you can get 6 slotted without taking the gold talent, you'd probably never want to take the gold talent.
Right, because at a
But
certain
if
point it
you're
doesn't
like
matter anymore.
exactly
Other
because
than
the
other than guess what, Brax?
pulling moon shards. Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah. I think he actually could be pretty good.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see somebody pick that up. Putka, meat hook speed reduced by 150, and meat hook no longer pulls invulnerable heroes. All right, please. Like, so the big one that I can think of for invulnerable heroes is Yule's targets. So the hook will go right through
Mm-hmm.
Yule's now, and then I guess like sleep from Naga.
Yule, Sleep, and Juggernaut's Omni Slash.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think those are the only things in the game.
Okay, I think that's fine. I can't stand buying Yules against Pudge. Now I can actually finally buy it.
Yeah.
Uh, have you
How
seen the
much
meat
of
hook
a
thing? Yeah, I don't know
I
how big of a
haven't I
difference.
haven't seen it. I don't know how big of a difference it is, but it feels like any sort of like movement speed nerf to like the hook travel, would be like a really big deal.
Yeah.
Because people have played against this hero for, since the beginning of Dota. It's always been the same speed. Now all of a sudden it gets changed just a tiny bit, and now it like messes with people. You can't hook people at max range anymore if they're running away. It
Hmm.
won't reach them in time. They have to gauge all these things differently. It probably screws with Pudge players the most, knowing if they can like hit the hook or not.
Do you think in the future we'll see a talent upgrade for Pudge that increases the hook speed to be like 3,000?
Oh my god, that would be
Dude, how sick
uh,
would that be?
that'd be pretty cool. But this Pudge change might not make the biggest difference for competitive play because a lot of these Pudges don't even go for like the Aether like hook reliant builds. They
Yeah.
go for like Blade Mail or a Hood, and they just get in there. They play as like a tanky frontliner where they're not trying to hook someone from max range. They like hook to like save their teammates, soak up spells, and that kind of thing. So I don't really know how much this is going to change. But Pudge, if you're a support player and you wanted to win some matchmaking games, Pudge was the hero to
Mm-hmm.
go to for
For
sure.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pugna level 10 talent increased HP by 75. The level 15
Okay.
talents have been tweaked a bit. So one is from 12 strength to minus 1 second Nether Blast cooldown, which sounds fucking awesome. And the other one, 25-second respawn to 35, which I don't see any game where you get that one over
Right, right.
the Nether Blast.
Um,
How long is Nether Blast? Is it a 4 second cooldown?
it's like 4 or 5. I'm not sure which one exactly.
Let's see. So it's 5 and then it goes down to 4. That seems really good.
Okay. Yeah. Um, they didn't really touch up on any of his weaknesses as a hero, so
Have
he
they
may
ever
still
though?
be garbage.
Have they
No,
ever?
they've never bothered.
Yeah.
It's just like we're gonna make, what he's really good at better. He's gonna kill towers faster or whatever.
I mean, that's kind of the Ice Frog mentality anyway, right? For the most
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
For
All
most
these
heroes.
heroes have their own special role that they fulfill, right?
Yeah. Okay, Quap. Level 10 talent increased from 6 strength to 9. The other
Okay.
one increased damage by 5. Level 20 talent increased from 200 HP to 300 HP. And then the level 25 talent that nobody got, minus 3 second Shadow Strike cooldown, has now just removed the cooldown altogether. Um,
Okay.
which I want to look. I guess I can't look at the previous. What did it? When it was minus 3 seconds, was that just a 1 second cooldown before?
I think it was like it was either 1 or 2. It might have been 1.
I I still don't see this being. I don't know. I don't know when you would pick this up
Yeah.
still.
I really don't know either. You're
It's
like in the danger zone, when
yeah.
you're like casting Shadow Strike on
I
people.
mean, it's kind of like the Leshrac debacle, right? Where
Yeah.
or conundrum. It's not really a debacle. Well, it's maybe both. Where you don't want to be casting this lightning storm necessarily because you want to be running around and
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but the other talents are pretty good.
yeah.
Nobody really took the plus strength, because 20 damage was pretty good.
So
Now it's
why do they give
25
her plus strength and not just HP? She has actually
because they've
two
already,
HP
well,
ones.
they don't want to give. I guess they don't want to make it too redundant. You get 100 HP at level 10, and then I mean essentially that's what it is, right? But
Yes.
in different wording.
I mean, what do you
I
get?
don't know.
Like small amount of HP regen, like very negligible from
Yeah,
strength
like
versus
it's
HP.
literally nothing at all. I guess it plays a random part if obviously not here because it's not like her main attribute, but against like Timbersaw, when
Yeah.
he whirling deaths you lose some stats.
Okay. Okay. Now you guys know how to counter Queen of Pain. The Timbersaw. Razor.
But
Go ahead.
Queen of Pain still looks pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree.
It looks like it's nothing at all.
Yeah. Level 10 talent for Razor increased from 15 to 20 move speed. Level 10 talent increased from plus 10 agility to plus 15. And Eye of the Storm Scepter now hits shrines instead of ignoring them. I didn't even know that. That just sounds like a bug fix.
Yeah, exactly. The
Uh,
15 agility at 10 is actually like the highest stat, like a gain from a talent at 10.
that sounds right, actually. That does
Yeah,
seem like quite a
it's
bit.
pretty good.
Hmm.
But they were picking this hero against Nakes a lot of the time,
Yeah.
and they would have some weird builds on this hero, man. He'd have like Yules, Lotus Orb, just all these items that didn't give you like combat stats, but they helped you tank
Hmm.
against the Lifestealer. And it was good. He would like go into the fight. He couldn't go on the Razor because he couldn't kill him, and then he would get linked.
Yeah, it's always been a
Um,
good counter. It's like
yeah,
the anti carry almost.
right. He destroys some of these melee carries for
Yeah.
sure.
Uh,
But
Rubik. Oh, if you're gonna finish up, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say he still might be trash. I don't really know.
I like how that's how you end every year. Yeah, it's probably still garbage tier. Rubik attack range reduced by 50. That's really random, by the way. Do you have any
Yeah,
idea
it
what
is.
that's about?
Just the hero has like a normal win rate, right? It's like 50 something percent.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's just really popular, right? He's picked in every game.
Hmm.
This change doesn't do anything. It feels kind of like a forced change because this hero is so popular that they're like trying to tone it down a little bit, but it doesn't really make sense
He has a
because it
plus
doesn't do
damage
anything.
talent, right? Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, he's got a plus damage and a gold per minute for the first talent.
So maybe it has something to do with, I don't know what the stats are. Maybe more people are picking the 60 damage one. It's just too much harass. I don't know.
I don't know.
That seems kind of a stretch.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend level 25 talent changed from minus 7 second Shadow Raise cooldown, which nobody got because it's garbage, to plus
Yep.
125 Shadow Raise damage, which sounds awesome.
Does it?
Yes.
People used to play like the spellcaster Shadow Fiends.
Yeah, the Yule's Refresher, Ags.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
Maybe
without
this
that, though, you really take 100 attack range over that? Oh, it's 150 attack range. Okay.
well, it depends what kind of Shadow Fiend you are, right? Maybe this will encourage like the spellcaster Shadow Fiend because he has a spell damage amp as well.
Hmm. Yeah, level 15 is 175 HP or 6% spell amp.
Yep.
So, okay, if you're not the spellcaster, I'm just trying for my own games here, Brax. If
Mm-hmm.
you're not the spellcaster, do you just ignore this talent, or is there
Yeah,
any justification?
pretty much. I think you'd ignore this talent
What if you're
unless
against
you're a
Mega
spellcaster.
Creeps?
Okay. If you're against Mega Creeps and you haven't lost the game yet, then
Yes.
maybe this talent's for you.
Good.
But typically with like drag or like Hurricane Pike in the attack range thing, you're basically a sniper,
Yeah,
right? And
that's
you
true.
hit super hard, so it's pretty hard to beat, I feel like.
But it just sounds so, it's from 325 damage to 450
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Good God, feels so good. Shadow Shaman, which is just a shit tier hero, and this
Yeah.
one I read, I do not understand what happened. It's like I had to reread this 3 times. So
Yeah,
base
yeah.
armor increased by 1. All right. Base attack range reduced by 100. Base attack damage increased by 18. We'll talk about those in a sec. And then the level 10 talents have changed a bit. 15 move speed to 20, and then 150 HP to 175. Whatever. Attack range. What the fuck? 400. This is Vengeful Spirit territory. You can't harass with this guy
Yep.
anymore.
It is Vengeful Spirit territory. Maybe this people have looked at this the wrong way. Maybe it's not for him to continue playing in the same style. Maybe he's a mid hero with plus 18 base damage and
I
some
mean,
armor.
he used to be a mid hero, right?
He did used to be a mid hero. Han, everyone played Polywog Priest
That's right.
mid lane. It was just the thing back then. Every game. And
Yeah, that was No Tail's
his
hero of choice for a long time.
yeah, 18 damage is a shit ton of damage. But he's also as slow as Crystal Maiden. His weapons of choice are two stupid maracas in his hand, and I don't know if he's gonna be very good.
All right, so you don't think he's support?
I think this encourages more of a core role, but maybe he'd actually be really good against duel lanes now. Because before you couldn't like sit there and cast your shackles in most duel lanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would kind of just like get ran at and get his ass beat, but now he can fight back. I don't really know. I don't think it changes like the overall like dynamic of the hero. He's still gonna be like, I'm gonna blank hex, drop wards, we're gonna push the tower,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But maybe this helps his early game enough to where he's not total garbage.
Okay. I want to be proven wrong because I do enjoy watching this hero, but good
Hmm.
God, Vengeful Spirit,
Yeah, it's disgusting to look at.
it is. Sladar, Slithering Crush duration reduced by 0.25 at all levels. And Corrosive Haze, of course, that's his ultimate, otherwise known as Amplified Damage duration, reduced from 25 to 18. It's pretty big, actually.
Yeah, some much needed nerfs for quite a popular hero.
Although his win rate, I don't think was very good in the
No,
qualifiers, at
I don't
least.
think it was very good either. But win rates are kind of skewed, right? Because this hero doesn't like solo win you the game kind of thing. He's like an overall solid pick, right? So he's played by every different caliber of team. Good teams, bad teams, teams in
Mm-hmm.
the middle. Doesn't matter who you are, you're probably gonna pick Slaughter.
That's true. I mean, a lot of what I noticed is everybody's just picking these minus armor heroes and kind of just slapping him in every lineup. And
Hmm.
perhaps he's not that type of hero anymore. Maybe you have to actually think about what composition you want to do. But the Lifestealer Slardar is still like the tried and true, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Spectre, level 15 talent increased from 15 move speed to 20. The other one increased 6 stats to 8. And then the 20s have been changed from 15 strength to 20 and 25 attack speed to 30. So just minor buffs all around
Hmm.
to our talent tree. Uh,
I don't think anyone would take the movement speed or attack speed on the hero. You definitely want all stats and strength,
yeah.
just with like the way the hero plays the 380 right?
Yep. Just build tanky. Absolutely. Maybe they're trying to. I don't know what they're trying to do with these actually. These
I think they're just trying to make the
alternate
hero
modes.
playable, but this seems kind of like maybe one or two more Spectre buffs, and she could be like in the overpowered territory
Mm.
kind of thing, Like a hero like that is really hard to balance, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. Techie's proximity mines damage rescaled to
Thank
be
God.
less at the earlier levels, but the same at level 4. Okay.
Did you know the Techie's mines, the proximity ones, feed 50 gold each?
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
I wasn't aware that they changed the auto attack, where before you just have a click on and you would just automatically kill
Hmm.
these mines, which was
Yeah, I did
great.
that, and I walked into three of them and died instantly last time I played against it.
Well, the thing that is so annoying with this hero is that you can place them in the trees and there's no way to
Yep.
actually do anything about it. It's like, ugh, why is this hero in the game? Tiny, one of my favorite heroes. Level 15 talent increased from 20 move speed to 35, and then the other one increased from 45 damage to 60. I've only ever gotten the damage, and it even looks better now.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look pretty good.
Is there any 35 move speed? I mean, it's obviously it's
That's
good,
like
but
that's like support tiny territory. You're like Blink Dagger kind of thing, right?
yeah, I guess so. So he's even stronger. Treant Protector Eyes in the Force cooldown increased by 10, and the Nature's Guise Fade Delay has been, looks like it's nerfed at the first 3 levels, but the same at level 4.
Okay.
which won't matter for Slack since he doesn't level this at all anyway. Tusk level 10 talent increased again from 35% XP gain to 40. They really
Yeah.
want people to play this hero.
They're really trying to get him in the game, but his problem is not the experience gain, in my opinion. His problem is that his spells deal 0 damage. Shards hits like 60 damage level
Yeah,
1,
does he have
Snowball
he doesn't have
50.
a spell amp, does he?
No, but he
Talent.
has a plus Snowball damage talent.
That's shit.
Yeah.
It's his Q that needs extra damage as the game
hmm
goes on.
I know he was never picked for damage in the past. Like, no one looks at shards as like a gigantic damage spell or anything, but when a hero literally contributes 0 damage, it does not feel good at all.
Yeah. Well, he is a fun hero to watch, so hopefully, because he's a very
Yep.
high skill cap hero.
Yep, I agree. They gave him some damage actually on his axe when he has the kick.
It's still shit.
It is pretty
That's a
bad.
shit tier axe. Let me see how much damage it actually does.
It's good with Bloodseeker.
Sure. It is good with Bloodseeker. It's 350 damage for Walrus Kick.
Okay.
Meh. Now, I have a very easy change that makes that axe amazing. You choose the direction of the kick with vector targeting. What do you think?
Okay. That'd be pretty cool actually.
Like you kick
I
him
think
behind you. Somehow you just angle it. I don't know how that angles, but
right. I mean, you could do some cool things where like you snowballed onto them, punched them up, ran behind them, and then kicked. But
yeah,
it doesn't work in team fights because it takes too long without like BKB and anything. But with the vector targeting, it might help.
that's right.
Do that quicker. Great idea.
Thank you. I mean, I'm just an idea machine. I know Valve is afraid to just take my ideas because I might sue them, but I'm not gonna. You can have these for free,
Okay.
Valve, by all means. Especially the Dragon Knight one. I want Ags on that hero. Undying level 20 talent increased from 25 move speed to 30. Alright. Venomancer
Okay.
level 10 talent increased from 20% XP to 30%. And the other one increased 20 move speed to 30. Which one do you get? The XP gain just... I
XP
always go for
gain
XP.
looks way too good.
Yeah. 30% is quite a
I
bit.
actually don't think I've ever seen anyone not take the XP gain on Venom.
Yeah. Agreed. Viper level 15 talent increased by 1 strength. Okay. Visage. Do you like saying Visage or Visage?
I really don't care.
Say his name.
It's the same thing. Visage.
Okay. Level 10 talent increased by 5% XP gain. And Familiar's HP rescaled to be better in the earlier levels.
Yeah, this hero might be playable now, actually.
That was the big... Like, when they changed him in 7.0, he was OP for like a week, right?
Yeah, his birds needed like a set amount of hits to die, right?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure. Either way, it was something to do with HP.
Yeah.
Weaver, base damage reduced by 3, base movement speed reduced by 5, and the level 25 talent increased by 10% magic resist. What was his other one?
It's
Oh,
the
the
plus
Shikushi
200.
speed.
Yeah.
It's hard to
The
pass that
magic,
one up still.
it's so difficult not to take that one, especially because people like they don't even buy boots on the hero. This is
Including
how
me.
they move.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that
Weaver
good
actually
enough,
had an
though?
awful win rate, didn't he? I think his
I'm
win
not
rate was
sure.
like 45% or something,
Maybe.
and he was picked a lot. But the hero is definitely strong.
Yeah, I think it's just
Yeah,
This is more dependent on the game, right? I think
yeah,
overall, if you just if we're just saying in general, you probably still get the Shikuchi, but in certain games,
yeah.
this is probably better.
You'd probably get the Shikuchi move speed like 90% of the time.
Yeah. Windrunner. Windrun cooldown reduced by 1. Level 10 talent increased from 25% slow to 30%, and the 25 talent increased from -6 second power shot cooldown to -7 seconds. Which I need
Okay.
to look at the actual numbers on this.
I think it was a 9-second cooldown on power shot.
Yes, 9 seconds to 2 seconds. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it
You
is.
literally just do it constantly. I mean, the channel time is 1 second, so you literally have 1 second where you can't cast it. But then again, you're at level 25 casting power shot.
That is correct. And I feel like ever since talents came out, this hero like kind of leaned towards a support style.
They're
instead of
trying
like the
to.
old mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to buff like mana regen, power shot, intelligence, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, she has like a magic amp, right?
I don't know actually. This hero was weird, man.
Yeah,
She went
15%
from like
spelling, 20.
15%. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Very strange hero.
Yeah, it is. Plus 40 move speed at 15. Jesus. Yeah, it's a very strange because it's weird because if you look at the level 10 talents, you don't know which one to get if you're support even. You have the win run slow, which it's 30%, it's pretty good. Plus 30% that is. Or the plus
Hmm.
4 mana regen, which is what most people have been going,
Right.
which is really high. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Very weird hero.
Wyvern level 10 talent increased by 1 strength. Okay, and Zeus. Scepter cooldown slash duration reduced from 40 to 35, which is a buff. Because it's 100% uptime regardless. It's always been 100% uptime. It used to be 60
Right.
second duration actually, and then in that time it's like, all right, they have like 30 seconds to kill my Nimbus cloud. So that's good. Level 10 talent increased HP by 25, and then the level 25 increased from 1.5% static field to 2. Trying to remember what his other upgrade is.
25 is cast range and 10 is I have no idea. Mana regen, I think.
25 is 200 cast range,
Okay.
or plus 2% static field. What is static field normally without that?
11% at max.
10%.
10%. Okay.
So from 10 to 12, this feels like nothing.
Yeah, it definitely feels like cast range is just a bit better.
Yeah. Okay.
Except when you have the cast range, they're actually out of range for your static field.
Is that true?
Yeah, with the Aether Lens and the cast range talent, they're out
Oh,
of
with
range for
Aether
your
Lens as
static
well?
field.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of counterintuitive. Huh.
Yeah, it seems very awkward.
Interesting. That's like getting evasion on Centaur and. Okay, I have a little. I need to vent a bit. I think the evasion talent. I need to bring that back actually. Let's see Centaur. So Centaur at level 15, I think. He has a choice between 10% magic resist or 10% evasion. You already have a hood. You don't want magic resist in general. And evasion is just because you're not going to get evasion on this hero. Like Halberd is the closest thing you're going to get, and that's still pretty shit.
Right. Like
But
never buy that pretty much.
right, so I always get evasion, and then I realized that return doesn't work when you evade attacks, which doesn't. It shouldn't be that way. It's a bug, Valve. Fix it. Like remember the days where you just when you are about to attack,
Right,
you
you
get
like
return.
wound up your attack.
Right. That's fine that that's out of the game because that was stupid. Because if you have auto attack on, you should keep hitting S, you're gonna kill yourself, right? But with this freaking evasion, I think an attempted attack, like a completed attack, whether it hits or not, should return, in my opinion. But
No, I agree with that.
good. All right, Brax, we are finished, my friend. Is there anything that stood out to you? I know, like overall, even though it's somewhat of a long patch notes,
Hmm.
nothing huge, but
I think none of the talents were really that big.
yeah.
There's nothing that stands out that screams, this is imbalanced or unplayable or whatever. Same thing with the items. They're pretty much like literally like 1 second cooldown change on Hurricane Pike, 5% magic resistance on Hood. Who cares?
Hmm.
Like none of this stuff feels like it'll impact the game. Um, Teleport scroll cooldown going from 70 to 80. It used to be 60.
All right.
That's probably the biggest item change in my opinion, at least for competitive play. Boots of Travel are untouched though, so you know,
Yeah.
kind of
What
like
what is
a
boots of travel? What's the
40
cooldown?
seconds.
Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like really hard to deal with when Invoker's like split pushing you and you need to like TP back to defend your tower and crap like that. Then he goes to the other side of the map and then it's just like you end up on this chase where you can't kill this guy kind of thing. I mean, that's like maybe that'll be like a problem and it'll get reverted or something, or maybe Boots of Travel will go up. Besides that, there's probably like okay, so there's 10% less passive gold income. Thank God support items only cost like 50 or 65 gold anyways. Otherwise, this would probably hurt them the most, right?
Hmm. Yep.
And they all usually have gold per minute talents nowadays, so it's like, whatever, not the end of the world. Um, I don't think anything looks that big. The experience changes from 1 to 6 might be the biggest thing, especially for like supports getting to level 6.
Okay.
But that's about it.
All right.
Oh,
Awesome.
Monkey King, Captain's mode.
Oh, of course. How could
Right.
we forget? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just looking over the talents now. I think you're right. There's nothing that really stands out as just ginormous changes to where, well, I think the one ginormous one that might be negatively fair, maybe it's positive, is the Shadow Shaman one. We'll just have to
Okay. Yeah,
wait and see.
that one's actually pretty interesting because it
Yeah.
feels like it goes both ways, right?
Yes. So play Shadow Shaman mid, guys. Try not to feed. Hey, if Shadow Fiend can get away with it, why not Shadow Shaman? Right? No escape
Yeah.
mechanism. You'll be fine, guys. All right, Brax. Thanks for joining me. This was actually
Yep.
longer than expected. I do apologize. It's not as long as Purge though, by 20 minutes.
Yep.
So we have
I
that
had
going for
Purges
us.
open actually, and I was watching it, and I was like, "Oh my God, how is this so long?"
Well, but that's with one person. This is us
Right,
going
right.
back and forth. There's an excuse here, right? Any shout outs you want to give out? I have your Twitter already up on screen.
Okay.
Brax likes Dota. Why? How did you come up with that anyway?
Dude, I was like, I don't know how old I was when I made this. You should see my emails, man. I made these things when I was 12. Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty bad. I think Shane saw me typing in my email, and he's like, "Are
Is
you
it an
serious
AOL or
with that?"
something?
No, no, no. It's a Yahoo, but it's.
Oh my. Yes. Pretty
I was
close.
watching The Simpsons when I was like 12,
Mhm.
right? And then Bart, he does like the prank phone calls to the bar or whatever,
Mhm.
right? And he's like, "My name's IP Freely," and he throws out
Yes.
some random numbers. That's my email. Yeah.
Wow. That's
So this is a long time ago.
pretty impressive.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So my Twitter is Brax likes Dota. I like Dota. I post lots of pictures of my dog, my cats, and I tweet random garbage that makes no sense at all and that you
I love
probably
it.
don't actually want to read.
So follow
And
him for sure.
yep, follow me. Shout outs to all the Moonduck guys. I just got back from their hub. Fantastic event. I had a lot of fun. It was nice to, meet everyone, hang out, and try casting for the first time. I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Did you
It
have
was
fun
lots of
hanging out
fun.
with an NFL player?
I did, Mr. Blake Hernandez, the hockey player himself. Uh, yeah, big shout outs to Blake. He was a super cool guy actually.
Yeah.
It was
Honestly,
nice.
not that this is relevant to this video at all, but I a lot of times when you meet somebody that's kind of looked at in the eyes of the public as like a star, right?
Hmm.
You don't expect them to be, because I know a lot of them are not like this, but for Blake, super down to earth,
Yep.
very realistic, and super nice guy. And he actually, like, unlike some people that have been touted as these Dota celebrities, actually understands
No
Dota.
names.
Yes, no names. He may play
No,
for the
it
Brooklyn
felt like he
Nets.
was just there to because he liked Dota. You know what I mean? Just to hang out.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool.
yeah, indeed. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. SUNSfan signing out with Brax. Until next time, friends. Go play some Shadow Shaman mid, and definitely give somebody a Moon Shard. That's the new game. That's how Dota's played now.